Welcome back. I am Uhfgood, and I am doing this Blender 3D Noob Pro Wikibook, which is for an old version of Blender, but I am doing it in that's 10. Okay, I'm doing it in Blender 2.8 just fine. So everything is so far, there's a few interface differences, but it's not really a big deal. At least not to me because I'm not super used to the old interface. So to me, it's actually probably easier to switch or to actually convert between the two. And if I need to, I just go on the web to see what's changed and stuff. And so it's not really that hard. And so we just put on a subdivision surface modifier, which essentially added more surfaces. In other words, it added more polygons to, like, say, each cube, and did it in such a way that now it has a more rounded, smooth appearance. Okay, so do not click it yet. We'll be playing with the mod. Okay, remember you can do. Blender can combine a series of modifiers by selecting this. For this reason, the modifier tab includes buttons for arranging and removing modifiers. You can hide edges created by the modifier by activating optimal display toggle button. This effect is especially clear with wireframe draw type. You can edit the mesh in modified form without actually applying the modifier by activating the adjust edit cage to a modifier toggle button. A small button with a triangle and vertices to the left of the up and down arrows. The arrows for changing the position of the modifier in the stack in the modifier panel. Okay, so what do we got here? Adjust edit cage. What did that do? Anything? Not visibly. So okay, that's fine. Press tab to enter edit mode. Oh, I see. Okay, so let's enter edit mode like it just says. Okay. Make sure Blender is in vertex select mode, which it is. Note the vertices no longer lie on the surface of the object. Activate the adjust edit cage to the modifier button. Now the vertices lie on the surface of the object. You can adjust and modify the vertices directly. However, any additional vertices created by the modifier cannot be directly edited without applying the modifier. You will be editing the boxy version of the shape, boxy version of the simple person a while longer. So before continuing, activate the apply modifier to editing cage during edit mode button. Okay, so we're going to switch to this. Okay, you will be editing the boxy version of the simple person a while longer. So before continuing, deactivate the apply modifier to editing cage during edit mode button. Apply adjust edit cage to modifier result. Display modifier. Okay, so basically it's saying don't do that just yet. We're gonna be messing with the box part. Smooth shading. Again, of course. All right, start. Still need 8 minutes, I guess. Subsurfaces do a good job of smoothing out corners and meshes, even with 2 levels of subsurface. However, the simple person does not look completely smooth. When viewed close up, it has a scaly appearance. This is because each face is flat shaded to resemble a flat surface, resulting in sudden changes in brightness at most edges. For a smooth object, you want smooth shading, which smooths out the changes in brightness. Go to Object Mode, set the draw type of a 3D view window to solid. Okay, so switch back, which is that. Draw type to solid. Select your subsurfed object. In the tool shelf on the left, look for the caption called Shading. Under it should be a button called Smooth. See, it's a little bit different here. There we go. Shading. Color, background, options, cavity, depth of field. This doesn't mention smoothing. I don't see. That's material that has nothing to do with anything. And that's physics. Particles, that's nothing to do with anything either. Object. Okay, so okay, so let's look this up. Blender 2.8 smooth shading. Tool shelf, shading, UVs, shading. Maybe it's supposed to be in here? Parent collection. Oh, shade smooth, shade fat. So smooth. And now we're at the smoothing. Thank you, internets. And let's go back here. All of the mesh edges will be smoothed out, leaving no sudden changes in brightness. Faces blend smoothly into one another, making the edges nearly invisible. If the icosphere was not smoothed properly and is dimpled, enter edit mode by pressing tab, select all vertices, recalculate normal direction, and also available in the tool shelf under normals. Let's see something here. Look dimpled? No. It actually doesn't. It looks fine. Okay. Look for shading, recalculating, okay. Click the other button under shading in the tool shelf named flat. Shade flat. Okay. The edges will reappear. Now you know the difference between flat and smooth. Since the model looks better with smooth shading, click on smooth again. Okay. Shade smooth. Okay. The model looks better with the smooth shading. Click left. Okay. Note that if you didn't have subsurf enabled, then the mesh wouldn't look much different. That's because smooth shading doesn't affect the mesh shape. It just changes how the computer draws the triangles. Smooth shading also removes a lot of definition. A good way to get rid of this is simply add a subsurf modifier like you did. Modifier will not only require fewer vertices, but add definition. Flat shading, which is kind of the way it looked, and smooth shading. Okay. Save your work. You will continue to refine this model in the next module. Alrighty. So, Control S. We just saved it, which is great. Additional resources: flat shading, garage shading, Phong shading, subdivision surface. For more modifiers, see the Blender manual. For more about Blender subsurfaces, see the Blender manual. Detailing your simple person 2. Now, right now we are at, what are we at right now? We're actually on number 10 still. So we still have 2 more videos. So let's continue, shall we? In this module, you'll edit a subsurface mesh using the scale and grab tools, all while improving your character. You'll need the simple person model from the previous, okay? To be realistic, a simple person torso needs to be 3 times wider in order to make the torso symmetrical. We'll expand it by scaling both sides from a central point. Enter edit mode. Okay, so we'll enter edit mode. Okay. The 3D view header set face select mode. Okay, face select. From the 3D header, choose pivot medium point. Pivot medium, which it is. And the 3D view header, make sure proportional edit button is off. How do you do proportional edit again? Okay, which it is. Select the 2 faces on the left and right sides of the torso between the armpits and the waist. Okay. Select that. Alright. When editing in solid mode, the vertices, edges, and faces on the backside of the model are by default invisible. This feature can be toggled by limit the selection to visible, which is that little see-through thing. Toggle it on and off a few times, observe how the back faces appear and disappear. I don't really care about that. We will now scale the torso with the scaling tool. And shoot, it looks like we're done with this video here. We're going over time, so I will see you in the next video.